This week we camp in a Joshua Tree forest and a desert beach oasis. Dave begins our battery upgrade.
We got lights.
We got it.
We got charge? How much? Let me see.
And we are serenaded by some special guests. We are Dave, Carrie, and Rudel. In 2018, we set out to explore one adventure at a time. Join us as we continue our journey to find the best free camping.
This is great. I love it.
Good morning. Rudel and I are out for our morning walk. And it's a beautiful sunrise. But I want to show this Joshua tree behind me. That is the biggest Joshua tree I've ever seen. We are in a Joshua tree forest.
We are about to break camp and get on the road because we have a project that we've been waiting a really long time to get done, and we're excited to get started on it. But I just have to show you this location. So as you can see, that's a Joshua tree, and this is the first time that we have ever stayed the night in a Joshua tree forest. We are about 10 miles west of Searchlight, Nevada, off the Joshua Tree Highway. We pulled over on a pull-off and just started walking around a bit, noticed a BLM sign for public lands, and then found this little free gem of a campsite. And it's actually beautiful here. I've never seen anything like this before. But it's time to get some work done, so we're getting back on the road. At the checkpoint.
We have our card anyway.
We have our card. It's kind of weird.
It's early. We're usually not up this early.
Well, it's 8:30. It's not that early.
Having a good time, Rudel? You're having a good time? Rudel loves it here. Come on, Rudel, you like it here?
We're about to begin our battery project, and I want to show you what we've been currently living with for 4 years. This is our couch, and obviously the cushion's off, so if you take a look inside, this is our Yeti Goal Zero 1400 lithium power station, and this is what we've been using, and we've gotten by with it, and it has done its job, but we think it's time to upgrade, and we're going to start that process now. So we're going to have to get all of our electronics in this tiny little box. Obviously we'll be taking the Goal Zero out, and we'll be putting our new battery in and all the electronics in this small little area, and that's the goal. Meanwhile, we're going to be living in our van at the same time. So it's going to be a process. Hopefully we can get it done in 2 or 3 days and be on our way. This is all the supplies to get the job done, and it's 2 boxes. The bottom box here is just the battery. It's a 200 amp hour lithium battery. And this is all the supplies it's gonna take to get everything, all the components, to get it all working properly. And here's our brand new battery. And it's a 200 amp hour lithium made by Ampere.
Like a glove?
Not much extra room. So we're gonna raise it up off the floor just a little bit, so because the floor is generally pretty cold. We don't want it touching that cold floor. We'll elevate it up, we'll mount straps into it where we can strap it down, it won't move. And that means this little tiny area is where I've got to put almost all these components in this whole box.
Do you think you can do it?
I think we can do it, yeah.
Today we are in Nevada. Now Dave normally does the introductions and he's really good at it, but he's pretty consumed with our new battery upgrade, so I'm going to give it a shot today. Let me show you where we're at. This is 6 Mile Cove. We are 14 miles outside of Searchlight, Nevada. There's about a half-mile stretch here where you can camp for free for 15 days. There are 3 pit toilets, 2 large dumpsters, and I hope you can see the Caribbean blue waters out there. It is 71 degrees today. Perfect day to have all the doors open and be working on the project.
Dingo, dingo. A nice little wave to it. All right, so this is basically everything that we mounted, all the fuses and switches and bus bars and stunts and everything that has to go. So we're doing this outside of the van to make it easier. Everything's pretty much in its place, so now it's just a matter of running all the wires and getting them in the right locations. And since we're using the front and back, we have to drill the holes in special locations where the wires aren't going to be crossing each other, and that tends to be one of the hard parts too. So just one wire at a time, real slow. This is where the time is really sinking into the project.
And so that's going to be upright next to your battery. So that's basically a wall, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a wall, a divider pretty much.
And all the drying on that plastic will come off when you're done.
It will, but I mean, it's just not going to look great because there's going to be wires running everywhere. But it's fairly organized. I like it.
Good job. While Dave's working, this is my view. No complaints there. This is also the view of the house. It's only for a few days though. And this will be my work spot back here. Get some work done today and then go out and play.
We are parked up there and the beach is right down here, and I haven't seen Rudel for a little while because he has stayed down here on the beach and wants to play really bad. And I don't blame him either. It's hard to believe that this is February when it's this nice outside and the water is crystal clear. Well, where's your ball, Rudel? Where's your ball? I can't throw it without it. Let's go get your ball and come back and play. All right, come on, get your ball. Go get it. Get your ball. He's going to get it. Get your ball. Oh, good boy. Yeah, he knows this game. He's got me trained. Good boy, Rudel. All right, hang on. Let's take off your collar here so you don't get it all wet and yucky. Are you ready? Are you ready? Go get it, Rudel. Good boy.
What's about to happen here?
Just about ready to turn on the power for the first time.
Do you have the fire extinguisher?
I don't have the correct kind of fire extinguisher. Not only do I not.
Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Thanks, Carrie. So it's this one. Here goes. Ah! We got lights. We got lights. Crap. Not as easy as they said. Green. I have to read the dumb directions, which I thought I already read. Goes on.
I don't see any red lights.
Have you pulled the app up yet?
Oh, let's go look.
See if it... I gotta start the motor up and see if we can get the DC to DC charger is working, because everything else is working already.
On the first try?
On the first try. It's scary. Well, let's see how this goes.
Yes, no, maybe? How can you tell?
Oh, yep. We got it.
We got charge? How much? Let me see.
Well, I let off the gas, so.
That's okay. Oh, I'm so happy. Cool. And I want to hook up the other.
It's working?
It's working.
It's charging?
It's charging.
Nothing smoking?
Nothing smoking.
Nothing spark?
There's so many fuses, you're not going to smoke nothing.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks,
Good
Glenn.
job, Dave.
Awesome. Oh, I was so scared. I wanted to give you a quick little update on our battery system since we did the upgrade, and we're probably not going to do any kind of how-to videos on this on our regular channel because I'm not an electrician. I don't want any of that liability, but you guys should definitely know what we did, and I want to kind of show it off a little bit.
Because you did something a little different, right?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Well, most people don't do front and back side of a panel.
Yes. Okay. So first, here's the battery, and this is Ampere time, and it's a 200 amp hour battery. And we wanted one battery because we weren't sure how we could deal with getting two in there. So right here is the main control panel of the whole thing, and it's what I use is a polycarb. So this can handle high heat. It's non-conductive. It's like the perfect thing to use for electronics, according to the electrician I talked to. And I mounted different electrical parts and circuits on both sides, so that took a lot less room, because we already built the van. We don't have a big giant area to build everything out and make it look fancy. We had to get it all in here, and this was a great solution, and I'm really happy with it. It was a lot of work, and I really had to follow the diagram that I drew out to make sure it was done properly, and some help too. We got some help doing it. Go ahead.
Now you have some extra components in here that aren't really needed.
I added extra cutoff switches so I can cut power to any system I have. And there's a circuit. I mean, I've got a circuit and a fuse for every circuit here, plus a couple extra cutoffs. And that's above and beyond what I need to do. But if I have to work on any system, then I can just turn that system off and work on it without any kind of fear of getting electrocuted. But back here in the back, this is the most impressive part. It's doing several different things, and it's such a small piece. So what it's doing is it's allowing us to charge from our alternator. So it's a DC to DC charger. It's an isolator. It turns on automatically when the vehicle turns on and allows it to charge when it gets up to a certain amount of volts, so it doesn't hurt your vehicle battery. It's a solar charger. I was able to hook the solar panels up to it and charge our battery from our solar panels. And
did you say it charges the van battery?
And it charges the van, yeah. And so when this is pretty cool. When the battery's full and we're getting solar, the solar will charge the vehicle battery. So that little component is doing everything that maybe 3 or 4 different parts used to do, but with today's technology, it was pretty awesome. And I got fuses, and my fuses all have switches on them to where I can turn any system off from one of these fuses, or I can just turn the switches.
Now, aren't these fuses?
No, this is a fuse block. These are also fuses here. So for individual systems that we have going, so that's where they go. But yeah, you're right. These are actually fuses too.
So we're double fused.
Yeah, we're triple protected on this one. So it probably took up a little more room, but I just wanted to be able to work on things and just turn a switch and work on it without having to figure out if it has power or not. Very happy with it.
Okay, so tell them this battery system that you did a great job, but it is still tiny. This is an upgrade for us, because tell them what we had before.
So we had the lithium Goal Zero 1400, which at 12 volts is about 80 amp hours. And so now we have 200 amp hours. But the big deal about that is now we can charge from our vehicle while we're driving or just idling at 500 watts an hour. And the Goal Zero could only charge at 60 watts an hour. And that is just huge.
Even if you plugged it into a wall socket, it would only charge at 60.
Yes. Now they did have some kind of fast charger, and we never did get the fast charger. But this is just so much more power, and it charges faster.
So we are not upgrading anything in the van. We are still very minimalistic when it comes to electricity.
Yeah, so 200 amp hours works for us. It might not work for you, because we don't have a coffee pot, we don't have a toaster, we don't have a microwave.
We don't have an Instapot.
Any of that stuff. So for us, it's a huge upgrade. You know, we can run our fan all night if it's hot, or we can keep all the lights on if we want. We don't have to worry anymore. All that conserving that we used to do, we don't have to do anymore.
So tell them about how we wired the Webasto in, because I don't think we really talked about how the Goal Zero wasn't running it.
Okay, so the Goal Zero, we have a switch that we can run our Webasto heater, and the heater is just running a fan and a pump. So it's not a big draw, because
it is initially when you start it.
It is initially because it's running the pump so much. So what we did was we have a switch on it. We can run it from the vehicle battery or the house battery.
Which was the Goal Zero.
Which was the Goal Zero. And the Goal Zero, every time the refrigerator kicked on and the heater was on, it would
trip.
It would trip. And so it wouldn't work. So we'd have to run the Goal Zero off the vehicle battery. And, you know, we are always concerned that, are we going to, it's cold out, but we want to run that heater. Now we don't have any problem at all running our
Webasto heater.
We were afraid we were going to drain the
Yeah, we can
van
run
battery.
it all night long, have all the lights on all night, and wake up the refrigerator, everything running, wake up in the morning and still have 90% power, which is awesome. I'm so happy. This was an upgrade worth doing. You know, if we would have had the know-how when we built the van, that probably would have been the smarter time to do it. But then again, technology changed and we have smaller components now than we had 4 years ago. So, you know, I guess get on the road, see what you need, and then do your system maintenance or upgrades.
You studied a long time for this.
I did. So I had to study 2 to 3 weeks and learn how to draw up diagrams that actually worked for us. So I drew up probably 5 different diagrams, and then I was able to ask an electrician if my diagram made sense, if he had any suggestions, and he did have a couple suggestions. So, but it turned out I got a good feel for our system now. I know what I'm looking at and where all the power's running, and it was a fun learning experience for something I knew nothing about when I started.
Yeah.
Because it was overwhelming. It literally took weeks of me studying before I felt comfortable.
We were so fortunate that Glenn, the electrician, walked you through step by step.
He did.
He knew that you wanted to do it yourself.
Yeah, he volunteered to help us because he knew that I wanted to do the work himself and I wouldn't be just like having him do it all and then come back. And so, but man, his help was vital, vital. And I got a pretty good feel for it now. Okay, so this place is super easy to like, and first of all, I do want to apologize for the boat noise that's behind us because it is a great day to be on the water.
It is.
And that's one of the reasons I like is being this close to on the water. We're camping right on the water's edge. It's February, late February. It's
70 degrees.
70 degrees out here. So what a place to come to in the wintertime. It
Yes.
was definitely a surprise. I didn't think it was going to be this nice.
Yeah. Now there is a lot of light pollution, so the stargazing, as far as photographing, is not that great, but the stargazing just to gaze is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go straight into what you need to know about this area.
First of all, it's in a national park, so you'll either need a park pass or pay the entrance fee or be a veteran to get into here. And once you do drive down to the water, which is several miles, I want to say 6 or 7 miles.
So from the guard station to this cove is 6 miles, which I think is why they named it 6 Mile Cove.
6 Mile Cove. So it is kind of a dirt washboard road, so if you're not into bumps and stuff like that, you might skip this one. But
Actually,
any car can make it down here, any vehicle at all.
yes, that is true, but it took us 40 minutes to do 6 miles.
Because it's a fairly steep slope. I don't know, but I didn't want to be
Very washboard.
I didn't want to be hard on the brakes and bump all around, so I just put it in low gear, and I didn't have to use the gas or the brakes to get down
We
here.
just coasted down. So that is something to be aware of.
Yep.
Did we say you can stay for 15 days here for free?
15 days, that's great.
There are 3 pit toilets. Okay, because there are 3 pit toilets, that means it gets very busy here. So this is Sunday. You can see all the campers that came in this weekend behind us.
During the week, there was only about 4 campers here.
At most.
So if you want it nice and quiet, come during the week. You know, if you don't mind a lot of company, stay all week. Stay the whole,
Now,
whole 2 weeks.
I probably would not come here in the summertime. It's going to be shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, and right now, even though it's warm outside, the water is still cold. So there has been kite surfers out here, but they're all wearing wetsuits. So if you're planning on doing a lot of swimming in the wintertime, it's going to be cold.
Yeah. So we are getting 1 bar of Verizon LTE, and it's not working super well. We're getting 2 bars of our T-Mobile. We managed to upload a video from here.
Which is nice.
So it's slow internet, but it is doable.
Yep. And there is trash dumpsters here, which for me is just exciting. Not to have stinky trash hanging out if you're going to spend a lot of time in one place. Just to have a place to go, get rid of it, and get rid of that smell.
Yeah, and I will say the pit toilets are very clean. We did see a ranger come down. They patrol the area. They clean it at least once a week, if not twice a week.
Yep.
One of the cleaner pit toilets I've seen. So this is just a Nevada gem.
It is. You're going to be surprised. If you come down here, I think you're going to love it as much as we are. I would say bring firewood, because you're not going to be able to collect much down here. It's
Mhm.
probably illegal actually in a
I think
national
so,
park
yes.
to collect firewood. So bring your own firewood. Bring lots of water and lots of food, and plan on staying down here for a while.
Yes,
The mountain views are amazing. The views every direction are amazing down here.
that is true. If you have a small dog, I would caution you on letting them out at night. There are several coyotes that come right through the camp, and quite a few one night that was right next to our van. In fact, I wouldn't even get out of the van to walk to the bathroom because there were so many.
And they were so close.
They were so close.
I mean, they would have just ran away, but they were super close.
They were close.
I think we covered it all.
Yeah.
But it's just, like you said, it's a gem. This is a great spot to come in the wintertime when it's cold everywhere else and you just need a break.
If you do come here and you plan on staying the weekend, I would say we stayed back away from the water, but if you do that and you're going to stay for 2 weeks, people will come and camp in front of you. So this is one of those areas where you gotta kind of muscle your way into the front
You
spot.
just got to stake out your territory a little bit.
And think about who's going to get in
Yep.
front of you. Yep. All right, we thank you for joining us, and we will see you next video.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron, or check out our new merchandise at oneadvantureatatime.com. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.